want to do this podcast for 8 hours.
Zero chance.
But it gives us the option. I mean, think about all the things we could talk about: politics, different sexual positions.
Oh
et cetera,
yeah,
et cetera.
we gotta unveil NLGE's new fucking motto, dude.
Oh yeah, grab him by the pussy. Is that it? Grab hockey by the pussy. Okay, that's the new motto apparently, from our hero and savior Donald Trump.
What's the motto?
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
What?
I don't know what a motto is. The fuck do I look like?
What's the motto with you?
Hey.
I said motto. Motto, not model.
I said motto.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
Wow,
watch
that's what I said.
Matata. Watch that from Lion King and you'll see what I just said.
Okay, all right, fair enough. We're talking
to-
about kids flicks. All right, so let's actually get through this. Get this podcast started. Welcome, guys, to the first ever, I guess, preseason NLG podcast. Talking about a couple different updates for the season. I think the first thing we'll start was the membership. Yo, you guys got some serious background sound going on. Unless that's just me.
That's you.
You.
Are you sure? I heard someone like whistling or something.
Nope.
Pretty sure it's Debo.
Not me. I'm not even talking.
I just hear your kid singing in the background.
Damn it. Okay. All right. So first game.
What did you
People
say?
were
Did you say vulva?
running for. No, I said memberships.
Sorry.
Say what?
All right. So, well, all right. So, membership, you want to. If not, then thinking some rosters. Rosters will now be going back to the 12 to 15. So 12 minimum, 15 maximum. We won't be having a training camp draft this season. It will be replaced with a free agency bidding. I know a lot of you are really excited for that, aren't you, Rev?
Yeah, just so the retards understand, bidding is where you spend cap space on a player that you want, and then you have to place a bid. And then what you do is you place as much money as you think he's worth, and then you win that bid. That's how bidding works, just so everybody knows.
No, I thought, yeah, that's definitely a clear way of stating it. They'll definitely get that.
Is it going to be like a question? Hold on about the bidding. Is it going to be like fantasy football bidding where like it's a silent bid, or are you going to have like counter offers, shit like that? Like everyone gets one chance to bid, or is it ongoing?
I would love to do it one way, and Cobra has an idea of doing another. I think we're going with Cobra's idea, to be 100% honest with you.
Of course. But what's that way?
The bid and counter bid method.
Seems like it's going to be messy, but it works.
I missed that part. I was opening the light so my daughter could go to washing. All right, I'm back.
That is what we discussed, Cobra. We are going with the bid counter bid style system this year.
Yeah. We used to do bidding in season 1 and season 2, and then I think we changed it up in season 3 to random assignments, which have worked. All.
Whose vibrator is going off?
That's what I'm telling you, man. It's someone's fucking phone and shit making background noise. It's not just me.
It's your phone. It's coming through your
No,
mic.
that one was my phone because Big Wet May is an attention-seeking whore and wants to be mentioned on the podcast.
That you're not trying to get fucked by a big-ass vibrator right now. We're doing a fucking podcast. Tell him to jack off.
I wouldn't mind it. No, I lost speakerphone. God damn it.
The fuck is a speakerphone? This is 20 fucking 10?
Yeah, where I don't have to hold the phone up to my face to talk to you.
Yeah, but see, when you put on speakerphone, you're picking up like all the sounds in the room, which is why we're getting background noise. So
just get a pair of headphones.
Right?
Just go ahead.
Go. All right, we got it. Big Wet May wants to be mentioned on the podcast. Thanks for not signing me as your management.
Not a problem, bro, even though I don't know who that was directed to.
That was man.
Probably me.
No, Big Wet May. No, you were supposed to. Yeah. Anyways, inside joke. He'll get it.
Who the fuck is Big Whit Merritt?
He's a player
I know. I'm just kidding.
that owns in a different league.
God, Jesus Christ.
Anyways, so trade requests. I guess I'll let you talk about you are the since you're the one to pretty much design this.
Okay, trade requests now they're gonna fall into the payment plan. God damn it, vowels, words. The payment plan that was talked about.
Okay, can I get this off my chest? Why the fuck is it called the payment plan? It's donations. Like we're not. It's not like these guys are leave something. Okay, but continue. Sorry, I just want to get that off my chest.
All right, Cobra got that off his chest. With this year's NLGE payment plan, what the deal is for trade requests, how this is going to work, and make sure you guys pay attention to this. Players who sign with a team, if you want to sign with a team, you're more than welcome to do so. One thing you must remember: if you are signing, you don't automatically have a trade request for the start of the season. What you would have to do is you are allowed to pay $5 as a player. And this is only if you're signing. You pay $5 as a player. And what you get with that $5 is you're allowed to obviously issue a trade request, but you're also allowed to pick 3 teams you do not wish to go. That being said, is you can pick, say you don't want to go play in St. Louis. Say, I don't want to go play in St. Louis.
Who wouldn't want to play in St. Louis?
On the account that I'm a commissioner now, and I can't really toss shade on people, I'm not going to answer that.
Yes, you can.
It's because it's DJ Treason's team. Anyway, anyway, I'm so lost now. Anyway, what the deal is what we're doing in the season. We're trying to have players through payments / donations, whatever the fuck Cobra wants to call it. Try to help get us up so we can get a few systems into the new site that we want to push through a few different things. We want to do a few different things with the money. Push it all back into the site is what the plan is. And this is the way to do it. As if you are a drafted player, the rules are a little different. Each drafted player, if you're drafted to a team, you will obviously start with 1 trade request. You're allowed to have 1 free trade request. Any other trade requests beyond that 1, you have to pay for. Same rules do apply on that. Any and all this information can be found on the site. It's in the rule book. It's the very top one. I put it at the top specifically so dumb motherfuckers didn't know how to read can obviously see NLGE payment information, and it's right fucking there.
Rev, man. One criticism, relax. Chill out, man. It's not like,
I am relaxed.
you seem really tense right now, man.
No, I'm pretty relaxed. What are you talking about?
What are accepted
Wait a minute.
Rev, what are accepted payment methods?
Accepted payment methods are through PayPal, which we have currently in the midst of setting up. Should hopefully be done by tomorrow. Who knows? We have to discuss that with the site guy, and we will get
donations will be handled. Sorry, donations will be handled when this actual donation button is up. It will be handled like any donations in the past. You can donate through PayPal. You can donate through your MasterCard. You can donate through whatever online service or payment method you would use to do online transactions. Like I said, I mean, the memberships themselves, it's just it helps us with the site fees mostly because I've kind of been paying for it for a long time now, and paying for it. But that's the community wants to help and stuff. There's areas in which the site that makes a little bit of money can help pay for prizes, not just upgrades and stuff like that. Plus, apparently Neil Rambo said he's going to donate like a chunk of money, which I'll see it. Going back to St. Louis, the fact that you guys turned down St. Louis, which has forced me to give ownership of St. Louis to DJ Treason. So,
Woo.
I mean, I feel like pointing that out, bro. Like, you kind of let the league down by letting that team slide, but not to call you out or anything.
Yeah, well, I was waiting for this, so
Hey, Devo,
Um,
Cobra, I'm totally against what Cobra just said. I'm glad you guys chose to go a different route and put a different team name up on the board. Appreciate it.
yeah. Well, it, shit, man. Why do you got to put me on the spot like this? As far as Treason owning St. Louis, Treason came to me and actually approached me about it, and obviously St. Louis means a lot to not just me, but everybody that's been a part of that organization since day one. And he brought it off as it was a respect kind of thing, and the way he brought it off, it was kind of easier to swallow. A lot of the guys that were on the team personally would have liked to see St. Louis be retired out until it was a 30-man or a 30-team league. But, you got, if a guy wants to take a team, I mean, it is what it is. You can't, there's really nothing you can do about it. But, sorry, I'm talking in circles here. You guys kind of threw me on the spot, and I'm trying to watch my words.
No, you're fine. Say, I mean, you feel free to speak your mind, buddy. This is,
as far as letting the league down, it's just I didn't have the time to do ownership. Howie obviously has his stuff going on right now that he can't, really get away and control a team like that. So it was bittersweet, man. You obviously don't want to leave that team, especially everything that was built there. And, anybody who joins the league now, St. Louis is kind of a team that stands out, and we're proud about that. But, every good thing comes to an end, and I guess it was just time. So
I
guess that's the best way I can put it.
I have one question about that.
Yeah.
He did approach you and everything. That's. I mean, I didn't know all that. That's pretty cool. You had to,
Yeah, well, apparently he was getting a lot of flack from previous Blues players and some new owners, or some owners in the owner chat, and it's all understandable, But he came to me and said, it's a respect thing. I wasn't trying to just kind of use what you guys did and just kind of backpack it, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm a buddy with Treason, so I kind of knew that it wasn't anything disrespectful in the sense, you know what I mean? But it is bittersweet. I mean, obviously you don't want to see that team avoid it, but
so,
I just didn't have the time.
Quick question. How far down does he go?
What's that?
How far down does he go?
What do you mean? I'm not following.
You know exactly.
I'm not following.
Not following.
No, look, Treason's actually come to me about a couple guys that he was thinking about signing and asking if they're blue quality and blah blah blah, and I don't really buy too much into that whole stigmata anyway. But also, I mean, I tried to tell Treason, look, man, the Blues are yours now, so you create what the Blues are in NLGE. I can't build the team for you, essentially. So you just go with what your best is, and do what you do. The only thing I asked him, and this is something that's real personal to me, and a lot of the other Blues, is if you're going to take the Blues, you could not abandon ship and then let it fold. I mean, that's the biggest thing. If you're going to take it and you're doing it out of a sign of respect, then that should come, firsthand to you, as not letting the thing fold. And he said, I don't plan on it. I don't plan on letting this thing fold. And so, it is what it is.
Well, they're going to take a lot of forfeit wins this season, I have a feeling.
I mean, I get to be with all 100% honesty. I give Treason a lot of shit, and I do it on purpose. But I think if anybody's going to stick with that team the whole season, it'll probably be him. He somehow he managed to make Washington stay together last season after the forward season that he had. But it worked. He made it work. So I mean, respect on that part.
Yeah, with Treason, and this isn't a downfall per se, but Treason has jumped ship for a couple seasons. It was to help the league because a couple owners just kind of disappeared, and Cobra needed to fill that spot, and I get that, but To each his own. I just don't want that to happen to the Blues. If that happened to the Blues, that would be probably the most upsetting thing. If they don't make the playoffs and they don't, as long as they finish the season out, I mean, I guess that's all you can really ask. So.
I mean, I'm willing to put.
Are you still Dib or no?
What's that?
Are you still owning or no?
No, I am not owning.
Yeah, he always wants to retire with like his name on top. He's constantly asking me for like cups to be added onto his team, added onto his name and shit. Like, yeah, that's how Debo likes to roll. He likes to be known as like one of the best.
What I don't understand is maybe people who have been on the Blues for a while like would take over the team and want to just step up and be like. I just don't get why they wouldn't do that.
Well, see, that comes back.
I'm not trying to cut anyone off. It's just because this podcast is supposed to be about season 7 information, and now we're just we're veering off to like the Blues history and why Blues don't want to stuff. Like, I don't want to make it all about the Blues and DJ Cheese.
That's fair, yeah.
We could save that for another podcast for sure. Before the season starts, we could talk more about the Blues. We talk more about former ownership. It's not a problem. Just not in this segment because this is kind of being attached to season 7 information. So I want to try to make it more about that, not to try to cut anyone off here. I just asked you kind of like a little bit of a joke, and then conversation. So yeah, no. If we can continue on with that, that'd be great. That's okay with everyone.
Yeah, that'd be great. Someone just walks in my room with a bottle of whiskey, so the quicker the better.
That's pretty much just like, yeah, okay, bottle of whiskey, we gotta go. Fucking A. Okay, so we talked about the trade requests. Call-ups and send-downs will now be open all week long, which waivers will be included. Basically, each team will be responsible for having their team up to responsible having the 12 minimum at all times, obviously. Players who are waived, I think this was a big issue last season. Players who are on waivers will not be able to be traded until their waiver timer clears if no other teams have placed claims on them. I know this caused quite a bit of issues last season where players are being waived and then traded at the same time. One of the biggest changes for this upcoming season is due to the lack of lobbies. Games will be played through Club Challenge. All club names must start with NE and then the team name, Toronto or NE St. Louis. Other than that, there's a couple different changes coming out this season. We'll post later. We'll post a quick video on how to do memberships. We're also, as soon as I can get the Versus tournament stuff back up, we're also planning to do another Versus tournament, and then we might even do something with Hut. Might do a small thing with Hut, maybe get some people to buy in and then offer like first, second, third place prizes, something like that. There's a couple different ideas kind of juggling around in my head, and then as soon as I can get the tournament stuff going, I'll post videos and inform posts on that. Other than that, that's all I really wanted to cover in this. So if Roman, you want to go back to your original question about St. Louis, go ahead, and then we'll wrap this up.
No, I'm good. I was interrupted once.
Are you sure? Okay, well, here, Roman's question was, why didn't other people step up if you didn't, Debo?
Well, I
can't really a question so much as like it would have been pretty nice to see, I guess. If they cared enough about it, like they would have done that.
Well, we did that, and a lot of the St. Louis Blues players, it was like a family we had. So, when I stepped away the season before last, I made sure that Honcho was in charge. Honcho's been there day one. A lot of the Blues wanted to return, so put them in place. I didn't have the time to play that season. That wasn't the case the end of this season. A lot of the guys were branching off. Some of them didn't know if they'd be able to play this season, and it just seemed fitting if we weren't going to be able to pull, the main core, the guys that have been there. If we weren't going to have somebody solid in charge that understood what the Blues were about, then it was best to just kind of like Cobra said, go out with on top. Then the way we like to, without sounding arrogant. But that's really what it was, man. Is if I would have loved for a Blue that wanted to take over, but like I said, a lot of guys didn't know what they were doing, and we had a couple Blues that wanted to branch out and kind of try to do their own thing, and we support that. And so it was just kind of the end of the era, so it just is what it is. It's it's Treason. That's my main point. Is that I just want Treason to understand he doesn't have to live up to anything. Granted, the league might put you under that pressure when it comes with St. Louis, owning St. Louis, but St. Louis is yours to mold now. Obviously it's not the old St. Louis. It's the Treason St. Louis, and whatever comes of that is great, and everything that he does or doesn't, anything that he may do successful there belongs solely to his credit. So
if I'm understanding this verbatim, you're basically telling him not to fuck up?
I wouldn't say don't fuck up, but I'd say I highly encourage him to give it 100%. I don't know how to really word that, because you are going to have Blues players that are watching it that do care. I mean, I don't know how to explain it other than if you guys were just part of the team, you would understand it best. I guess it was like a family, man, and that team meant something. No matter what everybody did when they were in NLGE, if you were part of the Blues, you were part of a family, and it really meant a lot, and we were able to be successful because of that. But yeah, I'd like to see Treason do well solely because I consider Treason a friend, but also, yeah, maybe a little bit because he's owning the Blues, so it is what it is.
All right, sweet. It is Debo quote of the year. It is what it is. All right, we're going to go with that.
That's the best way to end it, I guess.
And
yeah.
But unless anyone else has anything else to add to this podcast.
I do. I do about the league.
All right.
One of my, and this is kind of off of hockey, but I know a couple guys in the league that play Smite. I was wanting to talk to you about maybe trying to create a fucking Smite league. To part of it to be all conquest. It won't be like LG where they ran all arena, which it would have been really successful, in my opinion, in LG if they would have done conquest, which is a game mode within Smite. But if we can get teams together, I was going to see if we could kind of backpack off of NLGE and kind of run a league through that. Like I said, it's kind of off of NHL, and I don't even know if you can even give an answer on the podcast now about it. But
yeah, I mean that should probably have a party with a couple. Like I told, I have no problem running something off of NLGE. I mean, we do the versus tournament. We're considering doing a hut tournament. I've considered. I mean, I used to back in the day. I considered starting one of those, like something small with like 20, 30 people. Not like anything huge, but just something fun for people. Like I know there's a bunch of people playing NASCAR, but if you have people committed and have time to organize that, then I'm 100% for it. It's just when most people bring these ideas to me, they're like, yeah, let's do this kind of league, and it's great, okay. And then it's just like, and then nothing ever happens because they bring it to me and then they expect me to run it. And it's like, I don't know anything about Smite. So for me to try to run a Smite league or to start up one would be like 100% like I wouldn't know what I'm doing, right? So...
Well, the idea is still in like infancy. Obviously, I would run it, but just wanted to make sure that we could backpack off of, kind of NLGE. Maybe create a link if it does get big enough. I want to see who's interested first.
Well, you could have more than a link. You could have your own forum section. You can have a link right at the top. Like you could, like I said, if I have committed people in place that are willing to put in the time to make it work, like I did hockey. Or I did the versus tournament, then it'll be successful. But you have to be able to put in that time to do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm willing to, I guess. So we'll use the podcast, and if anybody's interested, I guess if you guys hear anybody interested in it, just send them my way, and we'll go off that. If there's enough people that I feel that we could create, a fun season of it, then we'll go forward with it, and I'll take care of it. Run it all, make sure it's straightened out and taken care of because I've been wanting to do this kind of for a while, and now that I got a little bit of extra time, I'd like to try to get into it and see if we can't get something off the ground here. So But anyway, I'm done.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually where I'm posting this video, I'm gonna post just like a questionnaire and post it for the next the next 31 days. Or actually, no, I'll post it for the next 6 weeks, and then we'll see where that poll gets us, and we'll see if there's any interest.
All right, that's fair enough. That works for me. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right. Other than that, thank you all for watching the NLG podcast. It was supposed to be short, but we rambled on a little bit. Hope you all enjoyed, and then we hope to do a couple more before the season starts to get some more ideas out there. And we're currently sitting at 17 confirmed owners. I have a couple people for 18. I mean, it might look like we'll do 18 teams because I don't think we'll be able to fill 20 without, there's only a couple applicants left that I'd rather keep on the side just in case. Anyways, other than that, you guys enjoy your night. Rev, thank you very much. Roman Helm,
Don't fuck up.
but your presence is always nice.
Don't fuck up.
Rev's-
Worst experiences of my
There you go.
life.
Don't fuck up.
And our input, and hopefully DJ doesn't fuck up the team too bad.
Yeah, don't fuck up. You fuck
All
up,
right.
they are watching.